In the Q circle, we were told that you're watching a movie. Now, my question is how much of what we're seeing in the news is the movie and how much of what we're seeing is reality? That I don't know. And I really don't like to watch a lot of the speculation out there because it just clutters my mind and confuses me. But what I do know, based on what I'm seeing and based on what I've heard early on, is that there was a plan to take down the current system, the evil, I should say. And there was a plan to bring freedom and restore the republic. And we all know that Trump's not a liar and he has a lot of courage and he doesn't give up. And we know that he campaigned on draining the swamp. So here's a theory that I have. My theory is that maybe it was part of the show, because I really believe we all know, based on vote audits, based on what we've heard. Don't listen to CNN. Don't listen to any of the news networks that have lied. We all know that Trump won overwhelmingly, and the states are going through the audits. But what if it was part of the plan to hand a so-called presidency over to basement Biden and let Biden run the country to show people, because you can't tell people about communism. You can't tell people the systems are evil. You have to reveal it to them. They're not going to believe it if you tell them. That's not going to solve anything. There are a lot of people whose eyes are closed. So you actually have to show the people. And how do you show the people? They have to live it. They have to be personally affected by it. And so in order to drain the swamp needs to be exposed. But Trump would have taken the blame if Trump had been the president while everything was being exposed. Trump would have ended up being the one that everybody blamed. So what a perfect plan to put Biden in place, basement Biden. And as things are being taken down, Biden's the one that gets the blame. Well, they're really botching this thing up and they're really making it pretty bad. But think about the cargo ships that are stuck in port. What if Trump and the military are actually combing those ships carefully, looking for sex trafficked children that could be hidden on those ships? So what if that's why the supply chain, the cargo ships are being held up in port? Or, what if Trump knows that most employers and most systems are broken and that they're slavery systems and they're imposing, they're running foundationally on evil? Well, he'd want to take them down. How else do you take it down than use the people to stand up for their rights because they're being pushed and they're being coerced? And then those CEOs aren't going to be able to pad their pocketbooks with evil, money for evil purposes and with greed. You'll be taking these high places down if you use the strength and the momentum of the people to say, we're not going to stand up for this. So actually, it's the strength and the power of the people that are standing up for their rights that are causing a lot of these systems to fall. And what if Trump is actually in the background running the show, but Biden is taking the blame and botching things up terribly? It just gives some thought to that. Think about every single system, and obviously the stab, and the medical system. Think about how you need to have the scapegoat, you need to have the fall guy, because people don't understand what's happening. They just think their world's falling apart. They just think everything is a mess. It is a mess. It's a chaotic mess because it's coming down. And it hurts. I mean, think about, for example, I had a problem with mice in my house, and I had no idea that I had mice in my house. I had just done a video on that too, and I used it as an analogy. And all of a sudden, one day, something stirred them, and all these mice were showing up in my house. And I thought, oh my gosh, I need to do a video on this one. And I set traps out, and I caught 11 mice in this house. I caught every single one of them, And now, to my knowledge, we have no mice in this house, but you don't see them until you stir them, until they come out, until you make them nervous enough to scurry. And here he's using the momentum of the people to do it. So I think it's very possible that in order to drain the swamp and for people to see the truth, we had to have a Biden presidency to reveal the communistic ways that we were headed toward, to reveal a lot of the evil in high places, to use the power of the people. And as things were setting straight, we were going to have a mess, and Biden gets to take the fall for the mess. So anyway, that's just another thing that I was thinking about, and I thought I would share with you.